she was so confident about playing the character, and she aced it. And so we had our own homegrown action star thing happening. And we said...
I like the homegrown part. I like the homegrown part.
So we said, this is perfect for her. The Citadel Honey Bunny playing Honey was perfect role for her to showcase her entire range of capabilities. And, and especially the action has to land for someone that's petite.
Yes. Because it's a single shot. It's technical, but it's just a single shot. We knew we just needed to learn the choreography, and it was just two other stunt guys with me. So it was easier compared to everything else that we did in the series. So we're like, okay, 2 hours. And it just went on and on that day. I almost cried. I think that was the only day I can't do this. I don't think it's going to happen.
Thank you so much for joining me today on the Movie Podcast. How are you all doing?
Good.
Amazing. Glad to hear. I got to start off by saying, growing up watching Indian cinema, everything about Citadel Honey Bunny just felt so at home for me. I felt so relaxed watching it. And it was a show that I immediately told my mom, I'm like, as soon as this comes out, you have to watch it. You're going to fit right into that world. Because for her, action and like those kind of things don't really settle with her. But I'm like, there's something about this that I think you're really going to dig. So thank you so much for creating a show that's so impactful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to hear that.
Absolutely.
We can convert at least one non-action fan.
Exactly. And my mom, I think, is probably the most important one. So if we get her out, then we're settled. I got to start off by asking, the world of Citadel is so unique and it's so interesting. We're already having these 2 other spin-off shows from the main show. And I wanted to know, what is it about Honey Bunny that you really wanted to make it stand out, but still feel so connected to the world of Citadel?
Well, for starters, we wanted to obviously we wanted to embrace India with all its quirks and flavor and everything. Now throw into the mix that this is retro, set like 30 years in the past. So you have an amazing version of India that doesn't exist today. So that was the goal for us. Yes, we knew we were making an action show in a franchise, action franchise, but the key was to embrace what India had to offer. Just the rawness, the grittiness, the jugaad culture, the kind of make up your own rules as you go kind of attitude, that the typical Indian go-getters have. And we just wanted to embrace that. And also, that the whole thing allows for a certain levity to the proceedings. While it's still a drama, about a mother and a daughter and a father, while it's all about that, it still lends a levity and humor to the proceedings.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely feel it throughout the entire series. And I love the fact that you mentioned that it does take place in this past. And we go back even further at certain points. And that's what made me feel so, I guess, connected with the show growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s. And I have to know, what was it about Samantha that kind of made her that perfect honey? And Samantha, also, what made you want to join the series?
I think we should talk about each other now.
Yeah.
Well, see, she hadn't thrown a punch or held a gun or been in an action sequence before The Family Man. So when she stepped up and said, hey, I really want to do this role. And we tried to dissuade her, saying that, it's pretty gritty, all that stuff. And she was like, nope, I can do it. And she sent videos of her training and stuff. And it said, we went with the confidence of how she was so confident about playing the character, and she aced it. And so we had our own homegrown action star thing happening. And we said...
I like the homegrown part. I like the homegrown part.
So we said, this is perfect for her. The Citadel Honey Bunny playing Honey was perfect role for her to showcase her entire range of capabilities. And, and especially the action has to land for someone that's petite.
Yes.
So who can need to land punch when she needs to look real when hitting these guys and
twice my size.
Twice your size, and plus we don't tend to cut. We tend to do longer action sequences. So she has to do it herself. So and we needed a range she has many faces in the show. So we needed someone to fill all that, and we had a perfect person in her.
Thank you.
Yeah, you definitely did. Samantha, I look at that final sequence of the first episode, that really wicked fight scene. What went into kind of the preparation for that? Like, I know I'm already hearing that you had to land these punches. So how was the training for that moment?
That day was a particularly tough day, actually. I think we shot that towards the end of the series. So I was having golden days on set. Like every day was just incredibly fulfilling, and I had butterflies in my stomach, and it was all good. And then there was this one day where I thought we were going to finish shoot in like 2 hours that day, because it's a single shot. It's technical, but it's just a single shot. We knew we just needed to learn the choreography, and it was just 2 other stunt guys with me. So it was easier compared to everything else that we did in the series. So we're like, okay, 2 hours. And it just went on and on that day. I almost cried. I think that was the only day I almost... I can't do this. I don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, it was very technical. So it took a little while that day. That was a challenging day, but otherwise, it was a lot of fun. It is an exciting character.
It's a very exciting show, and I'm so grateful for you guys for spending time with me today. The show is fantastic. I cannot wait for more people to watch it, and I really hope we get to talk again in the future. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.